On my twitch.tv testing and my YouTube streaming. I got a lot of stuff going on, still trying to get the technology wrapped around in my brain. Just wanted to share this game with you guys again, as I mentioned, one of my favorites. If you've seen my videos, we know we've gone through Global Conquest, skirmishes, both with single and multiplayer. So we've just done a 1 versus 1, and I'd like to bring a bit of a more one-sided match to you today. Let's see if we can give the AI a little bit more to work with against us. Let's see here. There's a lot of good maps. Normally you might have noticed that my method for giving these YouTube videos is a little more refined, a little more well tuned in. Since we are streaming live through Twitch TV, I am going to be receiving a lot of messages from fans and viewers. So if you ever notice there's a bit of a verbal delay, that might be why. I'm going to try to handle it as answering a question by re-asking the question and then answering it. So if someone says, how many soda cans per cubic liter of pig, I can say, well, someone asked how many cans of soda per cubic liter of pig, and then attempt to answer the question. So that was a really weird example, but I think you guys get the idea. What we're gonna do with this one, I think I like this map, the Backwater Brawl. This adds a nice diversity to it. It's gonna be, let's see here. Yeah, what the heck, I'm up for the challenge. We're going to play as the Brotherhood of Nod this go around. Let's give me the red color that I need. Yoink. And let's go up against the Global Defense Initiative. And let's make them both balanced. Team of 2. Perfect. This is a definite 1 versus 2 match as we're displaying here on a 4-player map. So this also is giving the AI a bit more room to grow. So we've got a few things that we've got to hunker down immediately. We're going to have to be the rushers here. We're going to have to either move to commit against one of them and hopefully wipe them out quickly, or we're going to have to hunker down and defend ourselves enough so that way our defensive parameters aren't threatened. So this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup. So I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and give this a try. Let's go ahead and review the rules real quick. 10,000 credits as normal, and that's what the little asterisk there means. That's standard. And then no random crates. So that kind of gives us a little bit of a consistency here. Outgunned, outmatched. Let's see what we can do. Let's see, battle plan. I think we're going to try to rush against 2 directly to the south. Starting location is 1. See if we can do some initial damage. If we can finish them off, fantastic. That's one less guy we got to worry about. But we're going to have to very much concentrate on resource control. That's definitely going to choke us out if we don't manage our resources properly.
Building.
Get this party started. Let's take a quick overview of the operational parameters. Enemy is to the south. Enemy is to the east. It's going to be a bit of a tight match. We're going to go ahead and get our Hand of Nod up immediately. That's our barracks. I do see some Tiberium spikes in the south and the north. Those are going to provide resources over time. So let's go ahead and get some militant squads to complement our engineers. The last thing we need is to get outgunned and lose our NGs.
Of course.
A lot of garrisonable structures here. That's going to be very ideal for us to act as defense.
Soldiers!
Cancelled.
That's all we need right now.
Go!
Building.
We will take what is ours.
Quick defense. This is going to give us some good territory control, considering we'll be able to get some rocket squads into those buildings.
Construction options. Training. Building.
The oppressors must die!
Listening.
Soldiers!
The Brotherhood has
Construction
entrusted
complete.
me. I assist
Make sure our engineer gets there as required.
The Brotherhood
Enemy
has
units
entrusted
sighted.
me.
Oh crap, how many engineers did I just
On
build?
hold.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Trust me.
We fight for none!
Okay, they were thinking the
Building
same thing with
captured.
their engineers.
Cannot deploy here.
I meant to build rocket squads, accidentally built engineers.
Sighted. Building.
Hold your
Training.
weapons high!
Okay, we're going to have to move as a team. I did remember there are gun turrets in the center of the map.
We've got the rockets.
Cannot deploy here. Cannot deploy
Come on.
here.
We've got the
Cannot
rockets.
deploy
Gosh,
here.
those pods
If
are
it
a pain
moves,
in the
kill
butt to
it.
deploy.
Let's wait in there.
Training.
Okay, I'm
Building.
pretty confident that's enough for the
Got
south.
the rockets.
Now, for the east and north, we want to make sure we have good at these. Stumbling over myself, I apologize. We need good turret
Got the
control.
rockets.
That's going to give us a lot of emphasis on
Let's
controlling
get
this
out there.
Tiberium.
Looks clear.
Building
That's going to be
captured.
more than enough for any anti-vehicle. That'll shred up their
Let's go, let's go!
harvesters pretty easily.
Soldiers!
Now, time to come back and start defending our homeland. From the east, we are completely defenseless, but there's plenty of these civilian structures sitting around that's also going to give us some really good room.
Construction complete.
So, rinse,
got the
repeat.
rockets.
Cannot deploy here.
Rockets right here.
Exposure detected. Insufficient
Oh,
funds.
you freaking
Right,
idiots.
got the rockets.
Yeah, run through the
Fight for now.
Tiberium.
Moves, kill it.
Make perfect sense. Good defense, pretty happy with how that's turning out. We need to start force attacking some of these GDI structures, slowing them down. Now, time to emphasize on resource collection. We've completely neglected that as well. We do have a Tiberium spike up north, but that's already captured as well. Once we start slowing down their economy, that's going to really keep us at a plus there.
Rise up.
Enemy units sighted.
Okay, those gun turrets are going to be great against defending engineers and enemy harvesters. Can you keep hitting? Nope, you can't. Okay, I want to keep those guys in the civilian structure. I can't risk losing any of them at all at this stage of the game.
New construction options. Training.
Go ahead and crank out some harvesters as quickly as we can. We need, it's about a 2 to 4, 2 to 5 ratio. Every 2 refineries can sedate 5 harvesters. That's about how that slices out. I knew the exact math at one time.
Insufficient
I
funds.
don't anymore. Is that all you're going to shoot out of that one building is one rocket? Nope.
Enemy units
eye out.
sighted.
Hold your weapons.
Yeah, that's
Rockets ready.
perfect.
Do it now.
It is time for a harvest.
Rockets right
Okay,
here.
time to speed up the
Keep
process
giving it
here.
to 'em.
Okay, we have 2 harvesters running at capacity. That's perfect. We're going to get a third. Then we'll have to decide whether or not we want
Stay
another
clear.
refinery
Our base
or...
is under attack.
Yep, that's going to be enough to keep some of the riffraff out. That's all we need right now.
Exposure detected.
It is time for a harvest.
They're not leaving here.
We're going to get some of you
Keep
guys
giving it to 'em.
positioned
They're
back
not
in.
leaving here.
Don't want to
Over
commit
here.
all of our resources at
spot.
once. Considering the
Let's wait in there.
GDI harvester
Set up in
does
there.
have a machine gun
Let it
mounted
go.
on the roof, and all we're
Enemy
using is
units
infantry.
sighted.
That's going to keep us really in the dark if we're not
Building.
careful.
On
I don't have
hold.
enough electricity.
Cancelled.
This
Building.
way.
So to really work on a 1 versus 2, as I'm trying to demonstrate here, we're trying to do this whole thing in small chunks. Look at that, they built a refinery just for the harvester. That's a really good move early on.
Cannot deploy here.
But I'm going to need to start working with other vehicles, which is why I wanted my war factory online. Okay, we're starting to get good control, we're getting a little more money. Let's start reinvesting in our defense. As I was trying to say before, in a 1 versus 2 matchup like this, we can't ever be lazy. Whenever I say lazy, it's like admitting, yep, that's good enough defense, I don't have to worry about defending myself anymore. You're never going to be in that situation.
Over there, soldier.
If ever you find yourself in that situation, it means you're not trying hard enough, or there could be something missing. Those grenadiers are just murder.
Down with GDI.
Construction
Of course, I
complete.
built a engineer, and now they want to come and play.
Cannot deploy here.
Complement our defense,
Is
keep
under
it
attack.
mixed, keep it light.
This way.
Okay, second refinery. We're running low on space, not a good thing. Yeah, let's do that.
Soldiers. Over there, soldiers.
Oh, gosh darn it.
Training. Enemy units
Oh,
sighted.
you guys. The
Repair.
AI has
rockets.
already a disposition against engineers. They will seek, they will hunt,
got the
they will
rockets.
destroy. It's just like a Megadeth song. They'll just murderfy
Got
them.
the rockets ready.
Okay, it's time to start really keeping our defenses
Our
nice
base
and
is
layered.
under attack. Training. Unit promoted. Building.
And of course I
On
don't have
hold.
enough power.
Cancelled.
The Brotherhood
Building.
has entrusted
Repairing.
me.
Construction complete.
Okay.
The Brotherhood has entrusted me.
This doesn't give me a whole lot to work with considering I have to clump up all my power plants like that.
Who are we firing at next? Got the rockets. Over here. Move it.
Kind of keep our engineers in a group, want to make sure that they're not all by themselves.
Construction complete.
Okay, with our operations center, we get to
Construction
upgrade our power
options.
plants with a little more juice coming out of them, and one of my favorite nod units,
Training.
the Reckoner. These things are mobile bunkers. That's the easiest way to explain what these things can do. You load them full of
Let's work
infantry,
together.
you deploy them,
Yes.
they work as great little mini bases.
Our base is
The
under
great thing
attack.
about that is we can use them to supplement and complement
Repairing.
our defensive turrets
Hold your
here.
weapons high.
And that's absolutely great.
We fight for
Building
now.
captured.
Let's go ahead and get you guys in the center. We now have really good control over that middle point.
Reckoning time. Reckoner.
And just as I'm going to demonstrate here, we're going to move these Reckoners
Training.
They're going to provide anti-air support, anti-ground support. It's going to be great. So we're going to go ahead and deploy one here.
End of the line.
Perfect.
Got the rockets.
You can hold up to 3 infantry once deployed.
Last up.
Soldiers!
That's going to easily ensure that we've got that area hunkered down total through and through. We just need to keep a check on our defenses, see how we're doing. Now that these civilian structures are getting a little more damaged, actually it's just that one. I was going to say we should actually move and get some more reckoners going on in there.
Keep an eye out. Rockets this way.
Great, the turrets will start picking it apart. Can you get that guy? Can you get him out of there? Bueno gracias. Okay. We got some cash we're sitting on. Let's start teching up. I'm very sure that our enemies are not going to wait for us to level up, so it's our duty to do so. Let's get these power plants a little more online. Now that we've got the cash, we need to spend it. There's nothing worse than sitting on a ton of money and then losing the game. Why'd you lose? It's because you didn't build enough stuff. If you have the opportunity, it's very important to really get that stuff going on.
Enemy units
Ready to
sighted.
go. Got the rockets.
So just to really help out, to make sure we have even more control over these Tiberium piles, we're going to go ahead and make sure we've got a reckoner or 2 deployed.
Under attack.
Right about here's a good shot. Nope. Hey.
Moving out.
Construction complete.
No. Oh wait. What am I
Protecting
hitting?
change servants. End of the line.
There we go. I was
Keep
hitting
an
the
eye
wrong
out.
freaking button. No wonder why he was freaking out.
Rockets right here.
No? Okay. Now what's
Our
happening
base
is we're
is
just
under
simply
attack.
getting outranged. They're using
Reckoner on the
juggernauts.
move.
Juggernauts are artillery class units. The problem with this is I've not been concentrating on any long range stuff. All I've really been concentrating on is keeping the defenses I've got hunkered down. And apparently juggernauts can run over my deployed vehicles. Can you get them? Oh, thank you so much. Hey, you want to finish off that husk?
Construction complete.
As I
Our
mentioned
base is
in
under
an earlier
attack.
video, what a husk is certain high-tech units will drop like a corpse, so to speak. That corpse can be reconstituted with an engineer. So that's something we want to make sure we take care of and just delete by killing it as soon as we can. Delete.
Ready for liftoff.
Like it's code.
We've got the
Oh, look
rockets.
at that little sniper battalion sitting there.
We've got the
Keep an eye
rockets.
out for
Unit
liftoff.
promoted.
Find a good spot.
Okay, how are we doing here? We've got these guys fairly crippled. We still own a good chunk of the center, though not as much as I would have liked.
Enemy
We have
units
1, 2,
sighted.
3 harvesters. We need another 4
Enemy
harvesters.
base sighted.
Let's get a
Training.
5th.
Craft ready for liftoff.
It's important that we keep expanding our
Go
economy
ahead.
as well as our
Looking
defense.
clear.
Insufficient funds.
Coordinates set.
Okay.
On hold.
I did queue up a lot of
Cancelled.
Venoms. I also queued up the laser capacitor upgrade. That's going to give our Venoms
Go ahead.
laser attack.
Tracking target.
Whew. For those of you just joining, thank you very much. This is John Megacycle here, a 1 versus 2 matchup. I'm going as the Brotherhood of Nod against 2 Global Defense Initiative hard balanced players. Or players, I should have just said AI, but I mean they are, well, I think you get the idea.
Warning. Ion control detected.
Of course
Keep
they
on.
built an ion cannon. Why
Firing.
wouldn't they? Lame. That's good.
Unit promoted.
The good thing is, in this game, the super weapon timer is a little more,
Check.
I don't want to
Sure
say
thing.
generous, but it takes a lot longer to get a super weapon online, which is going to buy me some time.
Training.
It started at 7 minutes, that's how all super weapons start, so that's going to give me more than enough
They're not
time to
going
finish
anywhere.
off this GDI player. We kind of kept with our plan, as I mentioned before,
How's
or
it
to
looking?
start up the match. We did a quick lightning strike against the south, defending against what they had, and
Venom craft ready for liftoff.
that's actually just going to take care of itself there. This is actually going to take care of itself here. We're doing great on Tiberium control
on 'em.
without doing much
ready for
else.
liftoff.
That's been absolutely perfect. Now,
See
the
anything?
reason why I'm
Our
mass
base
producing
is
these
under
Venoms
attack.
is because they're
Closing
going to be a great counter
Sure
against
thing.
the Juggernauts that we
Venom craft ready
encountered
for
earlier.
liftoff.
And are we getting Juggernauted?
Repairing.
I don't think so.
We're trained right on
Okay,
them.
we were for a second there.
Gun him down.
Okay, I don't have time to watch this whole thing, so we're just going to keep a bunch of stuff going on. And that's just going to handle itself. Let's get a bunch of these going on. Enemy commando where?
Unit under attack.
Unit under attack where?
Our base
Yep,
is
we're
under
just
attack.
getting outranged.
Don't lose them. They're not going
Let's go take care
anywhere.
of that.
Keep on 'em.
Enemy units
Confirmed.
sighted.
Venom craft ready for liftoff. Patrol craft.
They attack a little, and then they stop attacking. I don't get what's going on here.
Venom craft.
And then they just come in range of the turret anyway. The Juggernauts are absolutely
See
insane
anything?
as artillery
Venom craft ready
units.
for
No
liftoff.
doubt about it.
All right.
Let's see, do we have a mini
Confirmed.
base down
Our
here?
base is under attack.
Indeed we do, but I'm not too worried about those guys.
Right. Venom craft
I am
ready
worried
for
about that
liftoff.
ion cannon. These grenadiers aren't helping either. Okay, time to work on a land attack.
Venom craft ready for liftoff.
Let's see, avatars make a really nice complement, though they are expensive.
All right. Looking clear. Venom craft ready for
Okay,
liftoff.
we're going to spend another minute or
See
two
anything?
cleaning out this guy to the south. What that's also going to do is
Got
it's
him on
also going
radar.
to open up new
Don't lose
Tiberium fields for us.
Our
Venom
base is
craft ready
under
for
attack.
liftoff.
Considering we're going to start running low over here.
Unit
Hey, why don't you back up a bit?
Avatar ready.
Venom craft ready for liftoff.
Avatars, if you're not familiar, are kind of the counterpart or the answer to the GDI Mammoth tank. They're heavily armored, they have one-armed laser cannons, and what you can also do, I heard that was the shockwave artillery.
On patrol.
Enemy units sighted.
Oh, they're starting to use their abilities. Fairly impressed. This is going to end this player. They don't have enough structures, they don't have an economy. Let's go ahead and take out that refinery, considering I know they can't afford another.
Building on hold. Cancelled. Unit lost.
Avatar.
Wow. I totally forgot how armored those guys are.
Enemy units sighted.
I totally forgot they could do that.
Looking clear.
Construction
Heading
complete.
there now.
Great, I'm missing my
We have
front
them on
line.
radar.
That was really fun to watch. Huh, I didn't realize that jetpack was that effective.
Building.
Whoa!
Our base is
Keep
under
on.
attack.
Okay, quick lesson. What did we just get attacked from? You see that? Those are Juggernaut strikes. The reason why the Juggernauts can hit from that far is because there's a sniper team
See
around
anything?
here. There they
Looking
are.
clear.
Just
Go
stripped them
ahead.
the ability to hit us from that far. That's an excellent tactic. I believe I demonstrated that tactic in a different video as the Brotherhood of
Cannot
Nod
deploy here.
using the
Cannot
Shadow
deploy
team
here.
and the, I think they're called Spectres? Yeah, the
We're
Spectre
trained right
artillery
on.
unit.
Our base is under attack.
Avatar ready.
There's the MCV. All they've got is a power plant left, and that should shut them down.
Unit promoted. Enemy defeated.
That's it. Great, that's one less guy I gotta worry about.
Enemy
Now,
commando detected.
Patrol craft.
Again?
Unit under
Really?
attack.
He's toast.
See anything?
Get out of here. Oh my gosh!
Unit
Go ahead.
lost.
Okay,
Building.
those are our slingshots. Notorious I can't talk. GDI vehicle tearing units out of the sky. That's what those things are used for.
Complete.
Are we going to answer that question with the avatars we just built?
Our base is under attack.
See if we can get a little more range here. Perfect. Okay, let's get our planes back over
Enemy
here.
Units sighted.
We have less and
Patrol
less and
craft.
less time to answer that
Right.
ion cannon.
What is it?
Unit under attack.
Looking clear.
So we're going to try to sneak around with our venoms, see what we can see.
See
Power.
anything? Tracking
Perfect.
target.
Enemy
We'll be able to
commando
pick apart these
detected.
power plants far faster than the ion cannon itself.
How's it looking?
2 power plants down. There's a third, and you can see by
Right
some
on.
of the structures being black, they are offline.
Unit
You'll
lost.
also notice in the far top left, there's a little ion cannon counter. If you can't read it, it says a minute 26, meaning the ion cannon cannot charge it. There's no electricity. And
Looking clear.
I think we just shut down all their power.
Take him out. We're trained right on him.
Just
Keep
hit me
on.
over there. Okay,
Heading there
guys,
now.
you got to stay together.
Go ahead. Tracking target.
You're no good, and you're just going to get picked apart if you don't.
Promoted. Training.
How's it looking? Patrol craft.
Okay. Quick analysis.
What
One
is
more
it?
power plant,
On
and then we're going to
patrol.
pull back. And then we're going to start
Venom
hammering that
craft ready for
MCV.
liftoff.
Want to make sure they can't build any more structures. And as I've said before, we got the cash.
Training.
Let's start working on
Venom
plan
craft
B,
ready for
plan C.
liftoff.
Let's start working on all the ways that we need
What
to
is
keep
it?
up this war if we lose these Venoms. And we very well could. If they had a couple of slingshots
craft
backed up
ready for
somewhere, they can
liftoff.
come in here and shred us up bad. Let's see here. We're going to work on the Temple of Nod. The Temple of Nod is synonymous, but it's very similar to the ion cannon for GDI. The Nod, Temple of Nod, prepares a nuclear warhead special weapon,
Weapons prime.
which
They're
means
not
in
going
7
anywhere.
minutes we'll have a nuke and a special weapon to counter on our own.
Confirmed.
Now, I do notice that the timer
craft,
started
have 'em on
again,
radar.
meaning they're back online.
Stealth unit
Venom craft ready
detected.
for liftoff.
So now that we took out their MCV, we're going to go back and take out their crane. That's another structure used to building structures.
They're not going anywhere. How's it
Offline
looking?
again. Once we take that out, they'll have no means to produce new structures.
Unit promoted.
Now that that's gone, we'll wipe out more power plants, crippling them completely.
How's it looking?
Yep, I don't mind. We're going to take a little bit of damage. These power plants offline are a little more important.
Clear the junk.
Okay, why don't you work on those grenadiers? Grenadiers? I've honestly heard it both ways, grenadiers and grenadiers. They are offline. 18 seconds to spare. Oh crap, I have no
Heading there
seconds to
now.
spare because that thing's
Venom
going to
craft
fire.
closing in on 'em.
Engage.
Yeah, it's going to fire.
Looking clear. Gotcha.
Fudge.
Warning. Ion cannon
Got him down.
activated. Construction complete. Structures sold. Our base is under attack. Cancel. Structures sold.
Now,
Unit under attack.
one of the tactics I
Unit
just
promoted.
used, I knew exactly where the ion cannon was going to strike. The ion cannon does require a few
Construction
seconds to
complete.
really
They're not
deploy
going
the attack. Went in, sold all my structures. Since you get the cash immediately, that's the smartest thing you can do. In prior C&C games,
He's
you
in our
did not get
sights.
the money
Copy
until
that.
the structure
Venom
was
craft ready
fully
for liftoff.
deconstructed, meaning you couldn't jump in and just sell everything real quick.
New construction
But I was able to
options.
get a lot of the cash without losing a ton of my base.
Ready for
Unit
liftoff.
under attack.
It's far more valuable, I
Construction
think, to
complete.
sell the structure and
Insufficient
get at least a
funds.
little bit back rather than just lose it completely and not get
Unit
anything.
promoted.
Confirmed.
So now that they've delayed
Ready
enough,
for liftoff.
and I was so worried about that, now I've got more than enough
Clean it up.
of these Venoms to finish the job.
Engage.
We're trained
They
Venom
built another
craft.
MCV, make sure that gets taken care of.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's
On hold.
do a little
Cancel.
damage control here. We did lose a refinery, so let's make sure we get that back online.
Tiberium is the answer. We must have more.
You guys can stop harvesting the close stuff because there's nothing there.
Under attack.
Let's get rid of that husk. Make sure they're not going to deploy that back out.
Patrol craft.
Hey, it's right there.
Go ahead. Yep.
Okay,
Looking
now they're
clear.
starting to
On
sell
patrol.
stuff. They need to start scrapping some of their old structures to make money for new refineries, harvesters, etc.
Don't lose
They don't
it.
have an income.
Confirmed.
This is
We're
going to be a
going in.
pretty quick battle.
Avatar.
Why don't you go ahead and take some time?
Of course.
Thank you.
We're trained right on them. We have them on radar.
Enemy base sighted.
These Tiberium spikes are probably the only thing keeping them alive. I didn't explain it before, probably.
How's it looking?
These are civilian
They're not
structures
going
that can be
anywhere.
captured. I'm probably going to lose a few Venoms here.
Unit lost.
Sure thing.
Construction complete.
What is it? Tracking target.
One of the things that's a little difficult, I'll get back to the Tiberium spike in a second, but one of the things that can be difficult is understanding acceptable losses when you're going into a conflict. If you're just going to send a bunch of units you're going to lose, and they're not going to do any real damage, it's not worth it.
Take 'em out.
But if you really have a good calculated risk,
not
like
going
all these
anywhere.
Venoms against that anti-aircraft tower we faced a second ago, it was a calculated risk, and it worked out. I was going to lose some units, sure, but it paid off. Anyway, these Tiberium spikes are civilian structures that blow up because I win. They generate an amount of income every few seconds for the opponent, so even if they aren't harvesting Tiberium, they're still getting money. Whew, good match. I really enjoy the kind of seemingly one-sided 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3s. Those are some of my favorite. Okay, 21 minutes, 22 minutes, right around there for the whole deal. Not too shabby. Let's go through the rundown. Units. We had a lot of units early on through and through that mostly consisted of rocket infantry, machine gun infantry, some engineers. We had a lot of stuff sitting around to diversify our defensive base. Worked out well. Structures. The nod structures actually count as 4, If you saw me deploy any of my defensives, there's a node, that counts as 1, and then 3 pods get deployed out of it, that counts as 4 individual structures. So not players traditionally have high structure count. But you can see very clearly where we start ramping up, a little bit of a lull, more ramp up, a lull, and then it's at these points, probably at 10 minutes in, we'll also see where we start ranking up on units. Yeah, exactly right. So you can see where we shifted from a defensive personality to an offensive personality. And when you start learning your own build order, these graphs can be amazingly valuable. So let's go on. This is probably the exact moment where we got ioned. This is where they built it at about 10. This is about 17:30. So that's exactly 7 minutes. That's where we got ion cannon. We sold out. And then this is where we built our temple and nod, and then victory. Resources. We kept a fair clip. That little defensive strike, I'll call it a defensive strike because all we did was hunker down defensively near orange, really paid off. Not a lot here to say I could say about that, but that really stagnated their resources over time. Blue got quite out of hand, well more than double, well I wouldn't say double, but a good chunk higher than us. They moved down to the lower position and were able to deploy faster. We didn't have that opportunity considering we were boxed in by 2 AI. Not too shabby there, I'm pretty happy how that turned out. Overall stats, I'm pretty happy about this little stat right here, 3.9, and check this out. Orange didn't have any rating at all. You know what that means? 0 unit kills. We did enough of a tactical defensive strike there. We didn't lose a single unit to orange, and that's exactly how you need to play that when you're boxed in. You either strike quick or defend hard enough to know what you got. Real quick rundown here. Good monies per rate per minute. Overall, great income gathered considering how much area we had. We could have probably deployed harder, but I'm happy how that turned out. All in all, I'm really happy with the 1 versus 2, and then let's just see them all in all. Team matchup, almost 4 KD to 0.26 KD. That's not too respectable for them. Either way, good matchup, good tactics. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I also appreciate everyone on Twitch TV watching me there. If you've got any feedback at all, feel free to hit me up on Twitter, YouTube. I've got it in places. Feel free to let me know. I'm happy to hear from you. Also, if you'd like to hear any requests, see any matchups, happy to oblige where I can. Alright guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.